So lately I've been writing a lot more, and about 7 months ago, 8 months ago, I switched my writing workflow. I used to use Adobe Story, and now I'm using Final Draft. And the reason behind it is because Adobe Story is very limited on mobile editing, being able to open a script from different devices. Adobe failed at that, so I had to figure out a new workflow. So I looked into Final Draft. I used to use Final Draft many years ago, and when I stopped writing, when I got into visual effects, I just stopped using it. And when I got back into writing, Adobe Story was the first thing that came up because it seemed at the time something I needed. It was free, and in order for you to open up some other features, you had to pay, and it was very cheap. It was like $9.99 a month. So I decided to go that route. But now that I'm more mobile, I'm actually traveling a lot more, and sometimes I just like to go out in a park and with my headphones on and just write. And Adobe doesn't allow you to do that, so I had to switch to Final Draft. So I wanted to share with you the reasons why I left Adobe Story and why I went to Final Draft. And I wanted to show you my Final Draft workflow, so that way maybe that could inspire you guys. Whether you're an inspiring writer or you're already a writer and you need a new workflow, who knows, maybe this could help you. And if not, then I hope you guys just enjoy watching the video. Okay, so let's go to the computer and check it out. Now, Adobe has two different programs at this point. They have the Adobe Story CC Plus Classic. Now, this one is the original. And in this one, you can do quite a bit in this program. You can manage your lists, you can do reports, you can export out, you can share, you can do all kinds of stuff. The other one, which is over here, we will get into that in a second, but for now, let's go ahead and dive into a script. I'm going to delete this one here because I'm going to show you something later. Open the script, and I created this little one-page doohickey here purposely for this demo. In Adobe Story, you could go through the script. You can do everything you can in any other scripting program. If I want to continue, let's just say I want to change, let's go scene heading, and let's say exterior, garage, and then evening, or let's just say afternoon, whatever. What I'll do is I'll put whatever I am putting in text because I'm just showing you how this works. Okay, and then if I want to go here, let's say character dude 1, and hello Mr. Okay, whoops. Oh, whoops. Okay. Yeah, so you get the point. So I'll save this, okay? And now, here's where the problem is. Let's just say I'm done, okay? And let's just say that I have to leave and I'm going to go on the road. Well, here's the problem. If you see that here, I'm going to go over to my iPad, okay? So I'm in my iPad, and now I'm going to go over to my Chrome. I am going to go to bookmarks, and then hit up Adobe Story. As you can see here, it's telling me I have to, this only works in Adobe Flash. So here's the problem. This version, the classic version, this version is built in Flash. And as you all know, Flash is pretty much obsolete. And because of that, you can't open it up on an iPad. So that's why it's telling me to click the link to install and enable Adobe Flash. Well, I'm on iOS, and that's not going to happen. So when I click the link here, it's going to take me to this page, and it's going to tell you how to do it, blah, 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 blah. And it's not going to work on this iPad. But if I just go to Adobe Story and search Adobe Story, and I click on the Adobe Story link, now here, because this one's done in HTML5, I believe, or JavaScript, or whatever it's done in, it's supported in the iOS and mobile devices, most likely Android as well. But the issue is, so let me open up this script here. It's telling me, this document was created in an older version of Adobe CC, which is the Flash version. Do you want to open up as a copy? Yes, copy. And now it's opening up, and bam, there it is. Cool. Now I can run. Now I'm thinking, oh great, let me go run with it and work with this on my iPad, and then hopefully when I get back, I can come back to my desktop and continue. Well, here's the issue. Yes, they got it working on the iPad, and yes, they got it working on iOS devices and blah 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 blah. But let me just scroll up. Look at that. I can't scroll up. So you literally cannot edit anything on the iPad, which is a problem. So if I go back over to my desktop, okay, so I can't run with it mobilely. Even if I go over here to the new version, okay, as you can see here, here's that copy I tried opening up in my iOS, my iPad. Let me delete that. Delete. And I'll open up the script here. Okay. Continue as copy. Yeah. Continue. Okay. Now I was going to open it. And there it is. And then here's the edit that I did. Okay. Now if I wanted to go back, I can go back and I can edit and add more, blah, 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 blah. Save it out. And then I can go back here. And then here's the real problem between these two versions. I'm only showing you this as kind of to prove even a bigger point. If I open this up, the copy, clearly that's not the one I just typed in, so nothing's going to be there. But if I open up this one again, look at that, nothing. So let me double check this. Nothing. So you can see now they stopped communicating with each other. I'm not sure why. I save it. Save. Go back. Here's the script version 1. Script version 1. Open it up. Continue. Nothing. So it completely eliminates. Now I can go in here, yes, and then let me just open this up. Okay. I can go in here and I can work on this, blah blah blah. Yeah. Save, close, and if I go back in here, it's there. But I still can't work on this from the new version. I still can't work on this on my iOS device. As I showed you, you can't scroll. And for anyone that is a coder, anybody that writes code, a programmer, the first thing you learn is text boxes and scroll bars. And the fact that Adobe failed to put a scroll function inside the iOS version or their HTML5 version or whatever, HTML4 or 5, is absolutely ridiculous. So this is the reason why I don't use Adobe Story anymore. I used to love it. There's so many functions in here I'm not going to get into that were actually really, really cool. And it's actually a cool program, but you're limited, very, very limited. You can only work on this on a Windows machine or a Mac, basically a desktop. You can't take this on the road. You can't use your mobile device and edit and work and go to a coffee shop and use your iPad. You can't do that. So, what's the workaround? Well, the workaround is Final Draft. For those of you who don't know what Final Draft is, it's probably the oldest and best script writing program to date. Everybody uses this. All professionals. Everybody is working in Final Draft if you're working in the film industry or even game industry for that matter. TV, anything. So, well, what's different about this? Multiple things. I'm not going to get into the whole nitty-gritty of Final Draft because there's so much. What I am going to show you is the reason why I switched to it. And here's why. So let me open up that script. This is that script. The same one, except it doesn't have those new edits. Okay. So let's just say I want to, let's go scene heading, exterior, garage, afternoon. Okay. This is my new text to show you why Final Draft is better. Okay, and then let's create this character, Dude1. Final Draft is the ish. Okay, now save this. Okay, it's saved. I'm going to close this out now. Okay, now I am going to go into my iPad, open up Final Draft on my iPad. Now, look at that already. I can go to my iPad and they actually have an app. Adobe actually has an app, but you can only read. Adobe Story has an app, but you can only read in it. You cannot edit, write. You can't do anything. You can only read and do comments, which is ridiculous. Okay, so Final Draft has a full functioning app. Okay, the other thing that's cool is go to my Dropbox. Say, let's go here from Dropbox. Okay, and go my projects, Final Draft, the workflow, and look at that. There's my script right there. Open this puppy up, and it pops in right there. Bam. Now open it. There you go. Final Draft is the ish. I think, let's try, oops. So let's add a character, dude, Final Draft. Draft is so sexy. Okay. Close out that. So now I'm going to go back out. It will save it. Okay. And look at that. Look on my Windows machine. It's telling me that there's a new version. Okay. So now watch this. Back on my Windows machine. Open up the workflow script. Look at that. Dudette popped up and that edit came through. So this just opens up a whole can of worms. Now, look at this. Go back to character here and go dude 1 and say, I think you're sexy. Okay, let's go Control S and save. Close it out. Now let's go onto my phone here, my iPhone. Look at that. Final Draft. Continue. Okay. So go to my Dropbox. Going to open up from Dropbox. Allow, yes. Go to projects, final draft, the workflow. Workflow, okay. Okay, now let's go action, character, boom, boom, okay, and say do that, boom, and say, aww, you're, oops, too sweet, dude. Okay, now, okay, so it automatically will save it, and as you saw here, it popped up. Okay, now let's come back to the desktop, open, let's open that one again, and look at that, Dudette's dialogue is in there. So this is the reason why I completely switched over to Final Draft, because I can open things from my Dropbox. If I go to my Dropbox here, my projects, Final Draft, these are all of my scripts that I've been working on and I do work on. Too bad I'm not going to show you any of the names of them, but needless to say, that's my workflow, and that's the reason why Adobe Story sucks butt. So goodbye and goodbye, because Adobe Story is crap, and the fact that they can't even get a scroll bar function on their freaking updated version is garbage. And so that's the reason why I use Final Draft now. So that's my workflow. I hope you guys enjoyed me sharing that with you. I thank you for watching, if you guys are watching it this far. And if you want to see more, let me know down in the comments. I can do more videos like this. I do plan on doing more workflow videos, as well as maybe even some tutorials. So just let me know down in the comments what you guys want to see. And if you enjoyed it, then go ahead and subscribe and ring that bell so you guys can get notifications, and I'll see you in the next video. Alright, vlog out.
Yeah, I don't think it's Coach House, bro. Yeah, real shit, I don't think it's Coach House, bro. That's a whole different car.